This is a very important message from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. A friend just sent me this video. After watching the video, I felt like sharing it with my brothers and sisters. Watch this video for an African, watch this video for a black person, and you're going to learn something from it.
See, the enemy knows that anything you want to learn in this life, it is somewhere written in a book. Yes, sir. And when you got a people who don't read and refuse to learn to read, they will live their lives in ignorance of what they could have become if only they obeyed this command in the Holy Quran: read. Now, wait a minute. Let's take a moment to look at Prophet Muhammad. Peace be upon him. When the angel Gabriel spoke to him and said, read, his words were, I can't read. That didn't stop the angel from saying it again, read. In other words, don't tell me what you can't do. I'm giving you an order. Read. Now, when God gives you an order, if you're any kind of soldier, shouldn't you obey a righteous command? What did God ask the prophet to do except read? But the prophet could have said to him, look, man, there's nothing here to read. What are you talking about? Suppose I tell you that that book that became the Holy Quran came through Muhammad, but it was for a Muhammad that would be in that same condition in the last days of the present world. The children of Israel would receive an Ummi messenger prophet, Messiah, a man that could neither read nor write, a man from the hills of Georgia, a man that had to sharecrop. And some of you from the South, you know what I'm talking about. You couldn't go to school when it was cotton picking time. You young people don't know that, right? Bring up this book, The Secret Relationship. I just want a copy of it so I can, I have mine in the back room if somebody would go in my case. And oh, you have it. Oh, bless you, Brother Farrakhan. Now, of course, if you can't read, it's not interesting. But we put this book out, The Secret Relationship Between Blacks and Jews. This is not for hate. Listen to me. Most of the common black people have no interrelationship with the Jewish people. They don't own the shops anymore that we used to have a relationship with them because they own the shops. Well, the shops are closed. It's gone on to other things. So you have no real relationship. But if you're a football player, a basketball player, a baseball player, if you are a singer, a dancer, a rapper, a musician, somewhere along the line, you're going to meet with a Jewish entrepreneur who want to be your manager, your agent. Talk to me. Oh, Farrakhan, I was enjoying the lecture. Why did you have to get to that? No. I really want you to understand why this book is necessary. See, any of us that have a relationship with the Jewish people, you're always at a disadvantage. Because they know you, but you don't know them. So when you are dealing with a people that you don't know, and they're dealing with an entity that they do know, they always have the upper hand with you in any negotiation, contract negotiation. Anytime you meet them, you are at a disadvantage because you don't know your origin in the world or theirs. But when you come here, it's not about hate. It's about removing ignorance that allows others to use you as a tool and also a slave, to keep you shackled to ignorance. See? Now, if you can't read, oh, this book is so valuable. Well, it ain't the Holy Quran. Nobody will help you when you read it. It's not the Bible. But I can take passages out of the Bible and Quran that if you understand this, it will deepen your understanding of just one ayat or verse of the Quran. Now, to those Jewish people who are watching by television, listen, I know you don't like Farrakhan. I understand. But I'm not a hater of you. I know how you got where you are. I know how you became who you are. Not that I knew it, I was taught it by a man that was taught by God. And I cannot help. I can't go back on that knowledge. I can't act as though I don't know when I do know. So you see, when a con man knows that you know the game, the con man can't con no more. If you like to play dice and you load your dice on your unsuspecting dice players, once they find out that your dice is loaded, they load up their weapon and load you up with lots of caps. So the point is, we want to live in a world free of con. We want to live in a world free of tricks, free of lies, deceit, treachery. And the only way we can live in a world that's like that is that we have to become imbued with knowledge, love knowledge, have an insatiable desire for knowledge, and that means we must become readers. So let's look at this. Those who follow the messenger prophet, the Ummi, whom they find mentioned in the Torah and the gospel. I had a discussion with some wonderful Muslims over point number 12. And I said, you know, that point remains on the back page of our paper because there's so much that you have not learned from its being there. And I said there's a whole body of knowledge that supports point number 12. So we would be glad to sit down with your scholars Christian, Jewish, and Muslim. We need to have that kind of discussion over those two titles that are mentioned in point number 12, Masih, Messiah, and Mahdi. That will set the whole world free. A sensible discussion of point number 12 without vitriol and bitterness. Because we're not going to give that point up. If the whole world comes against us, we'll just have to stand against the world. We know something, and we are willing to prove the something that we have been blessed to know. So this messenger prophet, he enjoins them good. Who's them? That's the children of Israel. And forbids them evil, and makes lawful to them the good things, and prohibits for them impure things, and removes from them their burdens and the shackles which were on them. So those who believe in him and help him and follow the light which has been sent down with him, these are the successful. Don't you want to be successful with your life? It's the only life you have. Don't you want to use the time that God has blessed you and me with to make ourselves successful in what we desire to do and be of good? Of course you do. Well, okay, what are you willing to sacrifice to be successful? I wanted to play the violin. Well, I really didn't want to. My mother wanted me to. But after I grew to love it, she never had to force me to practice. I drove her crazy. Practicing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day sometimes. What did I sacrifice? See, when you want to be great in life, it's something you have to give up. So you have to think now, I want to be successful. I can't read like I want to. I want to read, then sacrifice some time. Just make up your mind, I'm going to do it. Let me tell you something. When you make up your mind, honest to God, in less than 6 months, you'll be reading anything that you desire to read. The problem book says that we only speak 400 words successfully. That's the limit of most of our vocabulary. And we don't have 400. You know, it's MF this and SOB that and FU this. And what, did I say something wrong? But isn't that the language pattern? When we go to the movies, it's disgusting. Every third word is FU, you, effing. Oh, now, man. Is there some other word that we could use? Of course there is. Is there a word that better describes who you are than MF? Yes, there's another word. Well, what is the word? I don't know. Come to the class then. See, once you learn to read, your vocabulary will expand to the point, not that you want to show off, like most of our learned ones do. They'll come to speak to a group and they want to impress them, you know. Yes, and you know, the myriad things. I ran into a plethora of problems, and I was astounded by such magnificent reality. They were, my God, what did you say? Well, hell, I didn't know what I was saying, but I was hoping that you would like what I was saying. See, we want to be impressive rather than expressive. See, so if you really want to be impressive, then become expressive and speak a language that the people readily understand.